This is kind of the renaissance of Bally knives, and we wanted to just show you what is available. What is up, guys? Today we are at Blade Show 2017. I'm Ben.
I'm Austin.
And this is
Lucas.
Lucas Cow. Lucas is with Squid Industries. He designed one of the Bally songs we're going to be talking about. Basically, we are doing a Bally guide, Bally song knife guide, all of the knives from eras, what's on our website, that sort of thing. Now, Lucas, we found him on the internet. He writes a guide on Reddit. It's excellent. We wanted to put it in video form for you guys. Now, here's what you need to know. It comes down into a couple different categories, 5 different categories. We have under 75 bucks. We have 75 to 200 bucks. 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 plus. Yep. So, Austin, where are we going to start?
Let's start with the 75 and under.
Hit me.
Yeah, so this is the BBBarfly. Everyone knows it, right? Just a great piece of trainer. I mean, it's a bottle opener, it's a trainer. What do you think about it, Lucas?
So the BBBarfly is really great for the price. It's built like a tank, and it flips actually really well. I mean, the only problem is that it sounds
flip it. Get that sound in there. Get it.
It sounds like a Boeing 747.
It's really
like a freight train, man.
But it's a great trainer, and it's a great, party thing to have.
Yeah,
and it's totally worth the money.
Yeah.
So I highly recommend the BBBarfly.
Yeah.
Solid. Okay, so next in the list is from Bear & Sons. This is the 114. Now, it comes in 2 different varieties.
Sure.
This is my variety. I like the trainers, guys. I don't flip at all, as noted here.
Clearly.
But this comes with a dual blade. Now, there's 2 types of Ballys. There's trainers, and then there's what's called a live blade. The live blade, these are the exact same model. Basically, you can see right there, you've got sharp edge, dull edge. What's the benefit, Lucas?
Well, with the live edge, you're going to be practicing way better habits. People don't respect the trainer blades like the live blades. You're going to be way more careful in how you learn your tricks, and you just form much better habits with the live blade.
So if I want to learn with the live blade, what should I do?
Well, if you're really scared of a particular trick,
I'm scared.
You can tape
100%.
the blade. So you can use painter's tape. You can put it right over the edge, and up until when you're really comfortable, you can take it off and see if you can do it without it.
And that's going to give you a sense of like, I might stab myself.
But the edge is covered, so you probably won't cut yourself. So it's
love it. This one's a Bear & Sons 114, and the price point on this guy is under 75 bucks. In fact, I think it's what? 30?
Yeah, $30, $35.
Right in that range.
Trainer, so yeah, really awesome.
Okay.
I think we should let Lucas introduce the next category since we're starting.
Okay, next category is 75 to 200. The knife is, what is it, Lucas?
Well, the first one we have here is called the Squid Trainer, and this is the trainer that I produced from Squid Industries. So the Squid Trainer is priced at $150, and it's basically what I think is the best flipper at the best price. It uses channel aluminum handles and a heat-treated 410 stainless steel, and it flips, I think, one of the best on the market for the price range, and I highly recommend it.
I'm going to put a plug in for Lucas. Here's a man in college. He's in, your 4th year of college coming up, and this is what he's doing with his free time. That's awesome.
Yeah, so cool.
What's next, Austin?
Yeah, so this is the Bear Ops, I believe, B200. This is the trainer and live blade set. So this one comes installed with the trainer, but a live blade does come in the package. So that is a sharp edge. And it's kind of the best of both worlds because you can train with the same handles that you would use on your live blade, but with the trainer, and you can just swap it out when you feel comfortable enough. So
now I like this as a trainer. I don't do live blades, guys. I'm a sissy. Just gonna call it. This one I like a lot better than the 114 personally.
Yeah, sure.
It flips a little better. It's just smoother.
Yeah.
Lucas, if you were to go between the two, this one's what price point is?
I think it's $90.
90 bucks versus your 35. Where would you start?
Definitely the B200.
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah.
We go straight to this.
Yeah, for sure. The balance is much better.
Okay.
The construction is
Let's
way
say
better.
I'm a cheap sucker. It's true, I am. Where would you start between this group or this?
Well, it really depends on what kind of construction you're looking for. These might not stand up to hard surfaces where you want to drop it on tile, concrete, that kind of stuff. This stands up a way better chance, because the construction is a little bit higher quality. But I would recommend this one.
I think something else to point out real quick is that all of these lower price category knives are all pinned. So no way you can take them apart or put them back together if they were to fall apart. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to throw it back just a little bit. Kimura used to be a brand that was pretty big in the Valley industry. They were made up in Portland, and they are not made anymore. The next one we have is a Bradley Kimura. Now, if you want one of these, where do I get it?
secondary market, right?
It's all
They're all
secondary
sold
market.
out. They've been sold out for a while now.
Yeah.
But I think it's important to point out ones that this one used to be about, what, 150 bucks if I remember right?
They retail for $110.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this was kind of like the gold standard, moving from this category to the top of this category.
for sure. This one is like such a great quality knife.
Why is it good?
Because I mean the construction, first off, just with the materials, you know, they used 410 stainless heat-treated handles, and I believe this is 13 CR26 blade, and it was basically indestructible. And that's what a lot of flippers really enjoyed, is, you know, an affordable knife that they could flip anywhere they wanted without having it break on them. So the Kimura was a really, really great option. The problem is that it's fully steel, so it is a little heavy. When you flip it, it hits your hand, you're gonna bruise yourself a little bit, but for the price it was at in its era, it was definitely unbeatable.
It's on the secondary market. If you're looking for one, that's the only place to
Check
buy it.
Yeah. Let's hit the last one in the
Hit it.
category. Yeah, this is the Bear Song, I believe, right? Is that right?
Bear
it's a
Song
little-
400 or
little
B400.
B400.
Yeah,
Okay,
B400.
perfect. Thank you. And this is basically the same model as the B200, except aluminum handles. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Aluminum, yeah.
Aluminum handles. So yeah, that's the big differentiator in that one.
Nice. I'm glad you brought that one in. I spaced it.
it's okay.
I'm just moving, man.
Yeah.
I'm rolling.
Hey, you know what? We're doing it.
Okay, so that was your 75 to 200. Moving up to 200 to 300 category. This is where you start to get a little more serious about it. What's the first one in the category, Austin?
Yeah, so we've got the Benchmade 51. Everyone knows it. Everyone loves it. It's got the spring latch, of course. Just a classic one. This is the black coated blade, D2 blade. So, yeah, just a classic. Tell us a little more about it.
Well, the BM51 is pretty much one of the best flippers, as well as one of the best EDCs. It has a nice, slim pocket clip that you can carry it around in your pocket, and it's small and it's really lightweight in comparison to the rest of the flippers. This is, you know, a little bit over 3 ounces, and that's what's great about the BM51. So it's a really nice, high quality knife for a great price.
Totally.
This is probably, at this point in time, there are probably more 51s out there right now than any other knife on the
I would
table.
almost guarantee
sure.
it.
Yeah. It's kind of been a mid-range, price range gold standard for a minute
for
now.
an entry-level market up into high-quality balisongs, this is kind of your, what used to be for a while, your starting point. You want to get into nice, high-quality balisongs, this is where you start.
Yep.
So it's interesting because a lot of guys, the designers of these knives, took the 51 and they said, I don't like this about a 51, I don't like this. And it's not necessarily making it better or worse, it's adapting to preferences. The next one on the list is a BRS Barebones.
Yep.
And this is one, these guys are flippers. They, I'm clearly not, I open it very carefully. These guys looked at the offerings in the market and they said, here's what we would want in a balisong, and that's what they went out and made. This was actually one of their second models, second or third, but the Barebones is a BRS Blade Runner Systems model that has hit the market at the price point of, wait for it, $224.99.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's a great price.
What's good about it, Lucas?
So the BRS Barebones, in my opinion, in this category for the above 200 to 300, this is by far the best flipper. You know, it has long handles that are nice and slim. It's easy to manipulate, and you know, it has a gorgeous blade shape. And just overall, the design is fantastic. So Blade Runner Systems, their motto is "for flippers by flippers." You know, these guys really know what they're doing, and you know, this is a really high quality knife as well as a really, really well balanced flipper, and it's really, really well done.
I've heard it said that it's a little heavy. What do you think about that?
It is really heavy,
Okay.
but because it's longer in comparison to the Kimura,
Sure.
the weight distribution makes it easier to flip, and it's more balanced, and so it doesn't feel as sluggish and heavy as people might think.
Great.
Solid.
Yeah, and moving on, last one in the category is the Microtech Tachyon. This is the Tachyon III, the latest version. Just the standard one, black with a regular satin blade. Yeah, super high quality, really tight tolerances, nice and smooth. And yeah, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about that one as well.
Yeah, so pretty much it's really rare for people to see spring latches on balisongs in this price range. I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, who doesn't like
stop
this?
you for a second. Why do I want a spring latch?
All right, well, the thing about flipping is that sometimes when you're flipping, you know, you do a trick, and then when the handles come together, they smack each other, and then it gets in the way sometimes, especially when you're on both sides too. So with the spring latch, this doesn't really happen. The latch stays straight out like that. It doesn't get in the way of any flipping.
Yeah.
So
that's a great feature.
the other thing is that this has a nice pocket clip, and I really, really enjoy the fit and finish. This has some of the best quality construction for this price point. It is, I don't think it's as good of a flipper as these two, but if you're more an EDC kind of guy, you want to carry this around, this is a really nice product.
Yeah. So another thing that's just kind of like something I've noticed is it's really quiet compared to most other ballast songs. Very quiet.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the 200 and 300 category. We're going to move into, I'm serious about this, $300 to $400 category, starting with this BRS model.
Yeah.
What is it, Austin?
Yeah, this is the Replicant. This is the standard blade. This is the carbon fiber one. So, yeah, it's not a premium Replicant. It doesn't have a pocket clip, but yeah, BRS nonetheless, high quality, great piece.
BRS made this one as well as the Barebones that we just talked about. They've really come onto the scene with a ton of knives that are excellent quality. Why would I want a carbon fiber over steel or titanium, Lucas?
Well, the carbon fiber overlays, these scales, they add a really nice grip and texture to it. So if you compare the Barebones to the Replicant, you'll see a huge difference in handle thickness. And this added thickness from the scales gives it a really nice ergonomic grip. So when you're doing tricks, it just rolls around your hand nice and smooth, and it feels great. The edges are nice and soft.
I can't believe you just do that right there. I'm envious, man. It's cool.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna say it's cool.
Absolutely.
Thanks, man.
That's awesome.
So yeah.
Cool. Yep.
Next in the category,
Yeah. Benchmade 42.
I get to talk about this one?
Yeah, sure, why not?
I feel like it should be floating. Okay, so back in the day, way back, Benchmade made a knife called the Benchmade 42. This was, pretty much the only flipper you could get on the market for a long time.
For sure, yeah.
Benchmade 42, it's out of print, you're never gonna be able to buy one again, but you can find them on the secondary market for expensive. This one's important because of the history behind it and the influence it has had on the rest of the knives on the table. Lucas, why is this so influential?
All right, so Benchmade first introduced this model in early 2000 and it discontinued in late 2009, so it's pretty much the dominant flipper for pretty much a decade. There's a few competitors, but Benchmade made way more, and these are just flooding the market. So if you wanted to be a flipper, you had to get one of these. And they revolutionized the design by having the spring latch here, just like you saw on the Tachyon III, as well as channel titanium handles, which a lot of flippers really enjoy the full handle feel rather than the sandwich with the two slabs. So this knife was a gold standard for a really, really long time. And if you want to find it on the market, it'll probably run you maybe around $400 to $50, which is quite a bit more than what it used to sell for.
Sure.
So,
But if you can find one, get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's nice.
Get it.
Yeah.
Next,
Moving on.
Austin,
Yeah,
do
this
it.
is the 60 series from Benchmade. It's I opened it like Ben.
That was really lame.
I know.
I'm just
super
gonna
lame.
say.
That's okay.
0 points.
Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
this is kind of, I don't know. It's similar to the 42 in some aspects and not even close in others. And I know it's got a sandwich style construction. And besides that, I think Lucas is definitely going to be able to shed some light on light on the differences.
So a lot of comparisons between the two because this was kind of a successor to this.
Sure.
So the Benchmade 62 compared to the 42, it lost the spring latch, so it just has this kind of flipping here.
Sure.
And it went from channel titanium to sandwich steel. So
Did they mess this up?
I don't really know. From a flipper standpoint, they messed up because this thing is way too heavy. It's over 6 ounces, and flipping it hurts your knuckles. This thing is like a brick slamming to your hand, and it hurts a lot. On the bright side, I mean, the quality of construction from Benchmade is still superb as usual, and the fact that they use these kind of pins instead of these kind of pins, I think is a better change.
Zen pins, right?
Yeah, that's right. Zen pins.
Nice. I shouldn't say they messed it up. I think they have redeemed themselves this year.
Oh yeah.
The 87.
Sure.
We're going to talk about the 87 in a
We'll get to
minute.
it. Absolutely.
We got another BRS on the table right here, and don't help me. This is a Replicant?
No, Alpha Beast.
Dang it! This is the original.
Valiant. Yeah.
Okay, so a couple years ago they came out with the Alpha Beast. And since then, they've come out with several other models, and I can't keep them all straight, which is cool. This is like the renaissance of Bally's right now. Would you say that's accurate, Lucas?
Sure, yeah.
So this is the Alpha Beast, the original that kind of got them on the map, got them started. It's got a chamfered edge there, which I assume is nice for flipping because that's not going to hurt the back of your hand as much, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful knife, titanium construction. Why would I want this one, Lucas?
So of all the flippers here, this one is a true tank. You know, you can bring this pretty much anywhere, flip it anywhere. It's one of the best flippers in the entire market. And you know, hitting concrete or gravel, whatever it is, you still pick it up, it still flips perfect. So I really, really recommend the BRS Alpha Beast. It was their first major production balisong, and it's their highest quality, you know, product. So I would highly recommend.
They've been iterating, if that's a word. They've been making iterations of this one since.
Right. So this is the premium model. So the standard models typically don't have the pocket clip and the anodizing, but you know, even without those, it's still a great quality product.
That's awesome.
So, very cool.
Oh, you got it. This is Austin.
Sure. You
speak
guys,
to us.
you
Talk
guys,
to us.
You guys have seen it before. This is my 51. It's the Flytanium customized though, so it's got the Flytanium V6 scales. It's got the Flytanium trainer on it, and yeah, it just because it's got the upgrades, the aftermarket parts, it pushes it into a higher bracket. So yeah, that's why we brought this one out.
So it's got Flytanium scales on it. If you're not familiar with what that entails, how do I get this scale on there, Austin?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, if you're familiar with knives, you won't have too much of a problem taking it apart yourself, unscrewing all of the hardware, pulling off the old scales, the old G10 scales, and slapping on the new ones. It's not quite that easy, but
when
it's doable.
When you buy these from Flytanium, there are four.
They
You're
just
going to
come
pull
like
them off
this.
all two sides of it. Rock and roll.
Yep.
Now, we were talking about this. I wanted to get your opinion on it, Lucas. Why would somebody want to change the scales on a 51?
So the 51, as I said earlier, is really light. And with a really light knife, it's hard to really feel when you're flipping and doing tricks, and it's not as balanced. So when you take off the really light G10 scales and you add these nice solid titanium scales, you get a lot more momentum, you get a better feel, and it just flips way better.
Nice. So
Awesome.
it's an upgrade to a great knife.
For sure.
Pushing it into the $300 to $400 range.
Yep.
Okay, that is $300 to $400. We are headed into, I love this stuff, I will flip till my fingers fall off category, 400 plus. What are we starting with, Austin?
Yeah, this is the Basilisk-R, the full titanium version. So we recently had these at Blade HQ. I'm sure you guys got one if you were.
They sell out so fast.
It's unbelievable.
Even I wasn't able to get one. It was way too fast.
He just makes the best stuff. So yeah, this is the Basilisk-R. It's it's just the full titanium again. They do have blue twill and all the other carbon fiber variations, and yeah, just a great piece from HOM, Jerry HOM, right?
Oh yeah, this one is probably on this table, probably my favorite flipper. It just has the perfect balance, in my opinion. And the overall design and just is beautiful to me. It's very, very unique. Jerry has these little notches in the side of the handles here.
Yeah.
And that gives an additional grip when you're doing tricks.
Do you know what I love about those two? They kind of look organic, like a bamboo or something. It's just an interesting look and feel to them.
Yeah, for sure. So, highly recommend this. Basilisk-R titanium model is.
And I mean, the blade shape is so sick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's beautiful.
It's great.
The Basilisk-R also comes in a couple different flavors right now. He's just done it in, I think, a carbon fiber, a blue twill carbon fiber.
There's like the layered orange and black.
Yeah. There's the green.
The
well.
OD green one.
He's been making a lot of different varieties on this one, and it's cool to see people picking them up and running with them.
Yeah.
Totally.
So, okay, what's
piece.
next? I'm excited about this one. I don't know anything about this.
I'm going to let
Specter.
Lucas introduce it because I don't either.
So this is the model that came out right before HOM started releasing all these basilisks. This is called the HOM Specter. This is a particularly special model. It's called the Specter Evo, and it has a few upgrades above the standard Specter. So the standard Specter doesn't have this pocket clip. It doesn't have this nice green anodizing, and it doesn't have this two-tone satin and acid wash blade.
Wow.
So the original one had just a standard B-blast handles. It wasn't nearly as fancy looking as this one. The Specter Evo, I believe, sold around $480, so it was a high price. And in my opinion, because some of the edges on this are a little bit sharp, it's not the best flipper, but in terms of craftsmanship, quality, and design, it's definitely worth your money if you're a collector and you want to get one of these.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
I'm walking in the hallway at Blade Show with Jerry HOM today. he pulls out one of the original Specters from his pocket. It was a Specter, right?
Yeah.
He pulls it out, it's got G10, it's a little rougher than his current stuff, and he says, this is one of the originals. He says, nobody would buy it.
Wow.
Nobody would buy it.
It's actually the Basilisk.
It was a Basilisk.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
The predecessor to this one, used to have G10 and just stock black G10, and before.
It was a Basilisk, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's amazing to me that somebody that in this industry is so sought after at this point couldn't sell his original model. Nobody would buy them. And
months,
now
yeah.
they sell like that.
Could
on
you
Blade
imagine
HQ.
what someone would pay for an original HOM now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah.
going for a lot in the aftermarket. The secondary market, you'd be lucky to find a used one for $450. It's crazy. I'm trying to find one myself, and it's super hard.
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, next on the table, another one from BRS. I got names on this one. You ready for this? Infinity.
Tell me.
Boom!
Yeah, the Alpha Beast Infinity. This is a really new piece to the lineup of BRS. It's got the contoured handles, contoured handles, S35 VN blade, I believe, and the pocket clip. Yeah, it's a really great piece. They a lot of people have been asking for the Alpha Beast to have more contoured handles, and they answered it with the Infinity. Yeah.
Lucas, can I ask you, why pocket clips? Do you like to flip with pocket clips or not?
Honestly, it depends on everyone's preference. Some people really like the pocket clip because it adds a weight bias to the end of the handle, and it just gives that extra feel. Some people feel that if you put the pocket clip on the same one as the latch, it might add a little bit too much weight to this handle rather than this handle. So some people might move it over or take it off completely.
And is this four-way reversible? Yeah. So you can move that pocket clip anywhere
you want. So it's nice and configurable, and it's a great knife.
Interesting. So it's not so much for the pocket clip; it's for the weight.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
I mean, it's nice to have a clip on your pocket, but we carry these everywhere. It doesn't need to be clipped onto your pocket.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay, we're into Benchmade territory one more time here.
Yep.
This is the Benchmade 62, right? With scales on it?
With Flytanium
scales on
absolutely.
it. So, same sort of thing that we talked about with the 51. You can buy Flytanium scales for a Benchmade 62. You slap them on there, and it's going to change your weight.
Yeah, and actually with the 60 series, it adds a little bit of length as well. If you hold it up to the original or the plain one,
the factory.
You can see that the handles are a little bit longer on the Flytanium version. So
right there,
that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just slightly, right?
Yep.
Like
so
half an inch.
It adds some length to that. And
why would I want extra length, Lucas?
Well, it's just more room for you to do tricks on. When the handles are too short, you're super cramped, and there's no real estate to do tricks. So
longer it's about real estate.
Yeah, for sure.
Sense.
And these scales also have additional rounding. If you take a look at the 6X, these corners here, these nice chamfers give it more feel, and it's easier to do tricks on. So the scales are definitely worth it if you have a 6X.
But you're going deep into the $400 hole there.
Yeah,
it's not cheap. So you're going to buy an expensive knife, and then you're going to put expensive scales on it. So you gotta. It's an investment, friends.
Yeah.
Okay, last on the table, guys, is what, Austin?
Highly sought after, long awaited Benchmade 87. Yes.
Just released 2017.
The Warncliffe blade, the channel titanium handles, the magnetic spring latch.
So cool.
So cool. Yeah.
I don't even know how that works.
It's amazing.
I had to take this apart and figure that out, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
This magnetic latch will never die.
No.
It'll stay
What a
strong.
fantastic piece of engineering.
Yeah. So the Benchmade 87 is kind of Benchmade's, reintroduction to the Balisong scene. Before they had the 662, and those weren't really great flippers, so people were really disappointed. So now they're coming back again with the Benchmade 87, and this one, just like the 42, is actually channel titanium, which is great because everyone loves channel titanium.
Yep.
This one is actually milled instead of cast, so the precision on these handles are much nicer than the 42, and it has this gorgeous blade shape. Be really careful with it because it's extremely sharp. So there it is.
It's a beautiful
piece. Very cool. Bead blast titanium handles as well. Yep. And we've seen some where they get wear marks on them after a while, and it really gives some good character to the.
I love when they wear.
Yeah, of course.
It's a beautiful piece. Now, I talked to Dave Faultyply. He said it was a little heavy. What do you think?
Well, I think it really depends on people's preferences. I personally don't think it's that heavy. I think it's perfectly balanced. are mostly perfectly balanced. And
So
I think
how do you dial in a weight on a Valley Song? Is it just using them, playing with them, getting used to it?
yeah, I mean, everyone has different hand strengths, finger strengths, and so it's really your preference, right? Some people have different preferences on what is balanced and what isn't balanced. What I think is balanced, Dave might have a completely different opinion. So, yeah, I mean, most people prefer things between 3 ounces on the really low side, kind of like the Benchmade 51, up to maybe a little bit under the 6X, maybe like the Kimura. That's kind of a sweet spot, maybe between 4.5 to 5.5 ounces. And the Benchmade 87 is in there. And
Nice.
It flips well. So I think that the Balisong crowd is going to be pretty happy with this one.
It's up there. This is an investment in your future.
Yeah, $510.
We could have done a 500
Which is-
plus category.
Which
We
is a
should have
lot.
done that.
Way more than the
But
42,
you know what?
but it's worth it.
It's a heck of a piece.
Yeah.
It is.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and
it is really cool.
the time alone to take to mill out these handles,
It's crazy.
that stuff's expensive.
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
So there's the main body of this, guys. We just, as we were setting up for this video at Blade Show, guys are like dropping Bally songs on the table like, hey, wait, I'm doing this.
Yep.
So we had 2 get thrown on the table. We wanted to show them to you right now, and then we'll close this video up.
Yep.
Last 2, what are they? I don't even know.
Yeah.
So
Show
these
us
are
about
brand new, being unveiled here at Blade Show. Now these are from HOM and from BRS. So we're going to introduce the BRS one first. So if you take a look, these are pretty much the same thing, but if you take a look inside, this is
My
Bare-
knife.
it. Trainer.
yeah, hand it over.
This is the Barebones trainer.
When Ben wants his high-end trainer, he's going to get the
This is
Barebones.
where I'm gonna go.
Yep, absolutely.
Look at this, look at this.
Yeah.
This is my kind of knife.
So you get
my
the same
gosh.
nice balance as the original Barebones, but it's nice and safe, legal
Love
in
it.
all countries.
Beautiful.
It's going to be priced around the same amount, so
As the bare bones.
yep. So it's really high quality, and I'd highly recommend it.
And in the same vein,
We have the next trainer from Jerry HOM Industries, or sorry, HOM Design. Woo! Been a long day. So this one he calls the Rhapsody trainer, and this is kind of his successor to the Prodigy. A lot of people really love the Prodigy because of its premium materials. You don't find a lot of titanium trainers. It's really rare to find titanium trainers. And so Jerry's coming out with this one. It's a top tier flipper, in my opinion, and it has this incredibly unique
kind of
and gorgeous blade.
So beautiful.
It's
Yeah,
it's really wonderful.
Yep.
So
awesome.
this is going to be sold, I believe, for $285 later this year. So
it's
be on the
cool.
lookout for this. I think it's going to sell super fast.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Like I said, this is kind of the renaissance of Bally knives happening right now. A lot of guys are into it, and we wanted to just show you what is available. And so this is helpful. If there's any you want to see that we missed, leave us a note in the comments. We'll do our best. Lucas is not available all the time. He lives on the West Coast. We're in Utah. But we really appreciate it, Lucas.
Yeah,
Your
thank you so much
expertise
for
Thank
here
you for
is
having
huge.
me. This
Yeah,
is
Thank
great.
you.
It
We
was
appreciate it.
Yeah.
You can check out Lucas at squidindustries.com.
Sure.
.co.
.co as well on social
Instagram.
media. What's your handle?
I have Instagram at Squidmaster23.
And this whole video was based around a guide that he made on Reddit, so we're going to link that down in the description, and you should go check that out as well.
Yeah, he did a great job on that. Now, if you are looking to buy any of these, you've been watching a Blade HQ video the entire time, do us a favor, go buy it from Blade HQ. You got your information here, get your product there as well. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe. We put out videos every week, and we have a really good time. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll have another one coming out next week.
See you guys.
See ya.